I did this work, spontaneously as a kid, blah, 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 teenager, and got into martial arts and did all that stuff. And discipline, got into Zen and had a shot at it, and did the intensives, but then started having enlightenment experiences. Yeah. And then everything changed, but, nothing changed. I mean, it's like, I still look like this. you know, Still walked and talked, and I still did martial arts. But my relationship to martial arts, and um, transformed over time. But it wasn't inconsistent with what I was already doing. See? So I could see that it's possible for somebody to have an enlightenment experience, do martial arts the same as what they were doing before, because that's what they were doing. See what I'm saying? And they just take it for granted, and it's just this thing they go to get the exercise, whatever, get stuff out of their system, whatever it is, whatever they use martial arts for, say, learn to beat people up, whatever, or have a nice fantasy, whatever, and that's fine. It would be the same. Let's see. So after enlightenment experiences I had, I'm trying to place back. Okay, there was, and I did that. Okay. Driving a car was the same. That didn't change at all. I did not transform my relationship to driving a car, as far as I can tell, at all. One iota. My relationship to food was the same, basically. Some of the things. But you see what I'm saying? See, it's like as the experience of driving a car. I had no interest in transforming my relationship to driving a car. If I was a race car driver, perhaps. Okay, I would have changed that or something. You see, but I had no interest. But in the martial thing, see, I was investigating, and I was investigating before I had any enlightenment. I grasped what judo is, that kind of thing, had insights, made real progress. Not like I made afterwards, but I made real progress, significant progress, because at that time I was just, yeah, not like afterwards, but still, I mean, I'm as good at martial arts. I had black belts and all that. I won tournaments. I was better than other people for the most part. And if we compared me to my friend Paul, like I said, I just left him in the dust. And I did that before enlightenment. After enlightenment, it was completely ridiculous. But see, what that allowed me is because my investigations then became more profound. I could approach it with far more existential thinking, a completely different relationship. I could start uncovering and unpacking assumptions and beliefs, etc., and have the gall to get past tradition, because you have to be a bit audacious, right? See, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? See, like, to do it genuinely, to recognize what traditions are, and then to realize the huge amounts of limitations that occur in all traditions. Right? Like I said, if I wasn't interested in that, I would just probably go back and do a tradition. Okay, cool. That's what we're doing. Like driving a car. That's what we're doing. But that wasn't my focus. I was focused on understanding and creating super abilities and stuff, right? See? And so then it was after. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, right. So I have to place it in time. From memory. Okay, where was I when I, because then I don't want to say an untrue thing. On purpose, anyway. See, but it was after that, see, right away, that's when sprouting, that was the first one. See, and I created this, this understanding, this principle, where I could destroy anybody and everybody, an opponent, in relationship to their intent. Not their action, but their intent. You see? And that just, that changed, that was it. See? Because when I was working on that level, and without the enlightenment, that didn't occur. I didn't make that kind of distinction. I couldn't see. It's like perceive something about the person without so much in the way, say, that I could grasp the beginning, you know, of their intent, and then destroy their intended action before they could take action. See? And then that handled martial arts, you see? I was done then. Okay, I'm done. See? But I wasn't done. I said it's way too much. I still much too much to investigate about all of this. See? So at some point I just put that one on a shelf and said, okay, let's see what else we got here. See? And then did more stuff. And that one tended to scare people too, because you know, not normal. See? And the way I would destroy their intent was to destroy them. See? And sometimes that was awfully fast and awfully violent, and so they were shocked. See, even if it wasn't, I mean, even if I didn't hurt anybody, I'm just saying, you know, it's like, ugh. It's kind of jarring. You know, and then they go, what the fuck, you know? How do you keep doing this? How do you keep doing this? Saying they can't get anything off. They can't do it. They can't get their stuff together. It's very annoying. I didn't want to be annoying, you know? In any case, so that made a big difference, you see. But to me, like I say, the contribution that the Enlightenment had was the absence of assumption, the ability to tap into nothing, and so no assumptions, no beliefs, to start from the ground up, you see, the creation of something, and then to investigate what's already been created in that light, see, in relationship to that. So it becomes a very different matter than working inside of the assumptions, you see, and trying to discover something inside the assumptions, the beliefs, the structure. You know, see, the nothing of it doesn't do anything by itself, you see. It just provides a different, in a sense, more powerful way to investigate. The investigation still had to take place. You know, it still had to, it did at a rapid rate, see, but it still had to take place. It still had to look into things, whatnot. You know, and it was interesting, fun, and I was obsessive anyway. Because in any case, then I did, you know, it's this Enlightenment stuff, and I was into that, obviously, like the Enlightenment stuff. And then, I said, like, I ran into Stewart, you know, and then Earhart as a spin-off. And I was watching what they were doing, and I was really impressed. And I said, okay, good, this is good stuff. And this more like C&R and the EMB, TSW, see? It's like changing the way people think, changing the way, the inventions that people cling to, see? Shifting the way they speak, creating new distinctions, etc. See, digging into the life as it's lived, not just transcending it, not just, you know, being enlightened. Not that that's a just, but still, see, just being enlightened. Okay, good. But you see, you're still living a life. How come? What is it that you're doing? See? And say, for example, Zen, you know, Zen, that kind of approach, you see, they don't attend to that, really. They don't put a lot of attention on, well, what are you doing? What is this? No, this is an illusion. This is an illusion. Okay. If it's an illusion, what the fuck is it? How come you keep doing that? You see? And they don't attend, and etc. See, like the life, the way we live it, they don't put attention on that. It's all just trying to get enlightened. And then that gets into a big fantasy, and there's lots of robes and beads involved, and sitting and breathing, and being pious, and stuff like that there. And probably a lot of good work. And people calm down. Some freedom. A lot of pretense too. But that's just what humans do. They'll do it with everything. In any case, you see, so I didn't want to be involved in just one thing, see? Just like my arts, see? Not just one thing, see? It's like, what is really going on? So I'm just saying, see, like the whole field. I am not interested in the tradition. I'm not interested in sport, I'm interested in what's true about that. See, it's the same thing with the consciousness. See, I'm not interested in one thing or another thing, or the absolute or the relative, or transcendence or transformation. I'm interested in the whole thing. Like, what is going on? See, and there are more effective ways of being. Yeah. See, but that's, once again, that's about managing life, or managing social interactions, or whatever. Well, you can study that. See, what is that about? How come somebody's good? How come somebody's not? How come somebody seems to think better than somebody else? How come somebody handles logistics better than somebody else? How come somebody understands things much faster or learns much faster than somebody else? How come somebody is skillful in this domain or that domain more than other people, etc.? See, what is that about? See, so if you wanted to be good at logistics, then you have to understand what that's about. If you wanted to be good at thinking, you have to understand what that's about, etc. So if you want to be skillful at something, you have to understand what that's about.
Hi, I'm Brendan Lee, and I've been studying with Peter Ralston for 20 years. I really want you to know that no matter how many videos you watch or books you read, it pales in comparison to the power of the live workshops that we host here at the center or on Zoom. If you want to get serious and do work that makes a real difference, please check the links in the description to learn more. Thank you.